Okay, we're back again, and on the subject of the forward aerial, I actually like it. Being able to position the foe while sleeping is much more interesting than being able to go Mr. Sandman on them while they're sleeping, and yes, I should stop comparing it to Mr. Sandman. Nothing can possibly be as bad as Mr. Sandman. Definitely the worst Warlord set. FMA man wishes he was that bad. Up aerial. Oh, uplifting tune. A sweet tune is surely what opponents want to hear. Apple blooms and Scootaloos aren't so sweet, though. The affected area for this move is always half a smart bomb's radius around the lead pony, and for the aforementioned two, they'll deal 5% weak upward not damage, weak upward knockback, and minimal hit stun with it. Not to mention it's an extremely brief hitbox and can be easily dodged. Again, Sweetie's vocal control is better, so she can prolong the hitbox as long as she wants to by you holding the attack button down. She also slows her descent to half of her normal one while doing this, and affected opponents take 8% and rise slowly. Yes, this serves a vertical purpose like the forward aerial's horizontal one. Sweetie can control how high the opponent rises, but it's limited to within the range of her attack. And yes, she does deal a small amount of hit stun like the other two, so this is a safer bet than the forward aerial if your opponent isn't sleeping. Alright, so, she can push opponents upwards, so maybe you could push them upwards towards the top of a tree stack or something. I don't really know why you'd want to do that, but she does seem to have her purposes for positioning, which makes her slightly less obnoxious than she used to be. Neutral aerial. Pinwheel ponies. Another move that isn't different depending on who your lead pony is. The other two ponies will grab the front and back hooves of the lead pony, and the lead pony will then spin around, forming a wide circle of hitboxes between the three ponies. Spinning in midair is a little slow, but the range of the move is rather good, dealing 10% no-K knockback to anyone hit. Useful as a basic move that doesn't require you to know which move your lead pony is best at. Unfortunately, there is some considerable end lag as well, so this usually is the best option if you know what your Crusader isn't the best option if you know what your lead Crusader can do. Well, so basically, I don't like moves like this. It's just, you don't know how to play the set, okay, just use this. Yeah, no. I really would prefer it if the move had some actual application for competitive purposes, but that's just me. I do not like to put tutorial moves in my sets. I like it if a set can explain itself, but I don't like it when a move is just thrown in so that, oh, hey, newbies can use this if they don't know what to do. So yes, I consider that move filler and worthless, and now we'll move on to the grab and throws. Grab attack. Bounce. The Cutey Mark Crusader's grab is pretty standard, but though animation-wise it involves the lead Crusaders putting her hooves up on the opponent's chest area, then shoving them over, pinning them to the ground. For the grab attack, the other two Crusaders will jump on, bounce off the opponent for 2% damage. Since there are two of them to do this, you can repeat it rather quickly. Up throw. Tree topper. The pony pinning the opponent down will let go, slide her head under them, and headbutt them upward for 9% damage and OK knockback. The knockback can be adjusted, however, if Apple Bloom performs the throw and is within one battlefield platform of her trees. In that case, she'll throw them towards the top of it, where they'll crash their head through the top, getting stuck and having to escape with grab difficulty. This provides Apple Bloom with one of her only ways without switching to another pony to incapacitate her opponent and buy some time for a better set with the trees. The tree is still knocked over when the opponent is stuck in it. They will take all the damage, but no knockback as they're stuck in the tree. Okay, I guess. I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. It gives her time to set up, but Sweetie Belle already does that. So, yeah. I'm probably criticizing the individual moves too much. There is an overall play style here. I probably am not quite seeing it yet, but I do see some stuff with regards to positioning the opponent with the trees and such, or setting up so that Scootaloo can deal with the opponent with her momentum attacks and such. Forward throw, sharp turn. If either Apple Bloom or Sweetie Belle uses this move, she'll flip the opponent onto her back, then run forward a short distance before turning around and abruptly flinging them off. This happens faster than it sounds and gives the opponent 8% damage and OK horizontal knockback. Scootaloo uses her scooter instead, causing the attack to deal 12% damage and slightly better knockback. And of course, you can input a side special during this move, and she'll come right out of that turnaround riding on her scooter, a good way to put some space between you and the thrown opponent. So it just seems like she can use the side special out of like every single one of her moves, which I don't really think is a good way to make them playstyle relevant. As a matter of fact, it doesn't make them any more playstyle relevant than they were, really, aside from making them slightly less laggy if you decide to use the side special immediately afterwards. Back throw, in the dust. Flipping the opponent overhead and behind them, your lead will give them a solid kick in the gut, sending them skidding backwards along the ground a short distance with 10% damage to boot. Scootaloo, after doing this, will whip out her scooter and shoot forward a battlefield platform link, kicking up several small rocks as she shoots them back toward the area the opponent is in. This will deal 3% small knockback, and you're likely to hit with 2 to 3 of them. These can also hit opponents in other areas, and yes, Scoot can transform into her side special from here as well, as she always can. Down throw, lullaby. As expected, Apple Bloom and Scootaloo aren't the best at providing lullabies. Their so-called lullabies will deal 6% and weakly stun the opponent like Zero Suit Samus's Paralyzer does. The stun, once again, is weak, so it's not really that noteworthy, and you would be far better off with another throw if one of those is in the lead. But Sweetie Belle, she can sing. Her soft lullaby puts the opponent to sleep with 7%, although this leap is not the same as her normal, more powerful down special one, will only last a small portion of time. Nevertheless, it gives you some escape time if you need it, a great way to buy some extra time, and while your opponent is in between down special slumbers. As a neat bonus, this will refresh the grip of the sleep on other nearby opponents who happen to be snoozing when you use this. So it's got some free-for-all applications, but I just figured I'd say, I think you can grab the opponents out of this sleep, which would mean that you can just use it over and over again to build up as much damage as you want. Yeah, we'll just pretend she can't do that, but you know, that's not a good thing, and you probably should have been edited that out, or at least been aware of that. But you know, final smash. You know what? I don't care. I'll read this some other time. I just want to read the playstyle summary now. Playstyle summary. Okay, I won't toy with you and make you read one playstyle section before giving you the extra bit you need to know about this moveset. See, when you're playing the Cutey, switching between the Crusaders to ensure your moves are at their most effective, it's an alternative way that doesn't involve going back to your specials all the time. If one Crusader lands 5 of her attacks, the ones she's best at, including the special, without using any she's not the best with, she'll get a hunch that it might be your special talent, and anytime you use one of these moves, she'll automatically switch to her, like you do for the specials. Of note is the fact, so that makes her slightly less clunky to use, although they're still kind of clunky because you still have to use 5 moves before they start doing that automatically. But, you know, I guess it is what it is. Of note is the fact that hitting the opponent with the same move twice in a row doesn't count towards this, and using the move that another pony is best at will reset the count entirely. Knowing this, the first thing you'll want to do with the Crusaders is try to get them to suspect their talents. Sweetie is the easiest to do this with due to her down special putting the opponents to sleep and her other attacks, allowing her to hit them while they remain asleep. The down smash can easily be avoided at first, as it will wake them and won't allow you to get in as many hits. A combination of Sweetie's moves will easily get her thinking, and ease the burden of getting the other 2 Crusaders to realize their talents, as they won't be able to accidentally use one of Sweetie Belle's moves anyway. So, what I'm getting from this is they're really just clunky to play, and I mean, it's not like it detracts from the set overall, and it's not even like they have much flow to begin with. So yeah, I mean, most of the time you're going to be using specials to swap because it's honestly kind of inconvenient to get them to learn what their talent is. But the other two ponies aren't as easy to get to suspect their talents, but you can, to some extent, continue to use Sweetie to make their attacks easier to hit with. Scootaloo's Scooter is a bit easier to hit with than Apple Bloom's prop tree, so we'll go with her second here. Keeping offensive is generally better, though Scoot can also keep away from a dangerous opponent in a pitch. If you kept the opponent at low percentages with Sweetie, a lot of Scootaloo's moves can combo into her side special, such as the dash attack and forward smash. Since the dash attack will knock opponents up as well as forward, you'll often use this to employ her jump attack as soon as you can and to ensure a hit. Using these moves in conjunction with the Scooter will usually net her a hunch pretty quick. With that done, it's not that hard to get Apple Bloom to think about her talent. The combination of Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo's attacks are great for incapacitating the opponent while you keep your distance from them, allowing Apple Bloom to get a good setup with her prop tree so that you have an easier time hitting them with them. Set them up in the right place with Sweetie Belle's forward and up aerials, and you can score Apple Bloom's hits while enhancing your trees with the up and back aerial. All the smash and back aerial, although most of the time with an up smash enhanced tree, you're going to be KOing. That's your big KO move, from what I've seen. Unfortunately, by that point, you should have dealt a fair amount of damage to your foe. Well, no duh, they're probably at the point where you've probably just killed them with the up smash. So you just need a good hit to finish them. If you played Apple Bloom's portion right, you should be able to do this fairly quickly. If you can drop a prop tree with a full set of nails on opponents at higher percentages, that'll usually do the trick. Here's a neat trick that can put you out of trouble, though. Set up a tree with all the nails in it and perform Apple Bloom's back aerial, then put the opponent to sleep with Sweetie Belle's down special. Move them close to the tree while they sleep, then quickly hop onto the platform. Use Sweetie Belle's down smash, knock the trio from the direction the opponent is. In most cases, with proper distracting, you'll also hit the opponent with a down smash before the tree topples over enough to put you in aerial mode. This will, of course, wake the opponent up and cause them to take all the knockback the tree has to offer. That's a somewhat nifty trick. For opponents who aren't as high percentages, perhaps because you've already scored the KO on them, which you probably will, again, when you're realizing Apple Bloom's talent, the process can be fairly similar. You can use Scootaloo to chase them down and score a few hits, and Sweetie Belle to make them totally helpless and prone to Apple Bloom's more powerful setup. Of course, that's a guideline. Between the Crusaders' different strengths, you'll find yourself adjusting to the opponent's playing style as well. Apple Bloom can use her trees as a defense and setup against camper/spammer characters, for example, while Scootaloo can help you force an opponent approach on them. It's up to you. One final note. When you lose the stock, you'll lose the hunch the Crusaders had about their talents. But if you had them thinking about them before you lost the stock, you'll only have to use 3 moves to get that thought process back in their minds, so you can resume a full force strategy a bit sooner. So, what do I think of the set overall? I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. I'm sorry, Kibble. You can do better than this. And as Smash Eddie has told me on several occasions, and probably quite a few other people, your failures tend to count towards your successes. And, well, I consider this set a failure. If you learn from your mistakes here, you'll be able to make much better sets in the future. And I did see good stuff in here. I mean, I liked Apple Bloom in general. I liked what Sweetie Belle could do with the positioning. I never really got what Scootaloo was meant to do, and to be quite honest, I generally don't like the set. I consider it clunky, awkward, and not really flowing in the slightest. But basically, there's no real play style here. Trying to get them to learn their talents is just, it takes too long to really be worth just not using the specials to switch around. I'm sorry, Kibble. Just don't like it. Better luck next time.